In this video, we're looking at the process of building AI application from design to actually going ahead and building a website for it. Well, the app I will be building here is the AI note taker that will allow you to create notes, to actually have conversation within the app. So you have two tabs at the top here, one for notes and one for conversation, where you can actually chat with the AI. You can tell it to create a folder to organize your notes. Also, you can use voice, so you can directly speak to the AI, like saying, I want you to move like last notes to another folder, and it will do that. So this is the front end UI of the app that I built, and I'm gonna show you the component that I took from which a template. That way, it actually um, allows me to very fast design. So I just took create a component from this template, and it is actually already React built. So if you know how to code, if you have a developer, they can actually just very quickly combine it together because all of this is already designed and built. So if I click preview here, I can see that it's already built, and it has all of the animations, all of the hover effect, all of the elements that you would need to be built. And I can click new trade AI here, and I can see that this table here is built, that we have some inputs here. We have all the hover effect, how it's going to look like. If I go to Figma, I can see all of the details as well. I can go to light mode, and I will show you how I took it. So for example, I took this option, I took it to this screen, and then I started to obviously change some colors. As you can see, compared to this, there is some differences because I like more of a dark style, and this dark style is a little bit gray for me. So if I bring both of these here, and I put it here, but yeah, okay, I would need to go to the tokens and change the colors. But that's just my opinion. I think this looks more custom and more better, and this is more gray colors. I'd love to hear your opinion on which version you prefer. So maybe I go back to this dark mode. Whatever you guys prefer, I think that would be the right choice. For the white version, it's pretty similar. We have pretty similar colors. I try to use the same fonts across the page. I try to use the same styles and the same hover effect. Obviously, this is most blue colors and dark. The brand color would be this gradient, so I try to recreate it across the pages. We have this, so whenever the sidebar is open, you can see that here in the app, it's just one sidebar, and whenever it closed, we have just this little sidebar. Regarding this, we have two elements here, one with the menu navigation and one with the actually conversation or notes. So whenever a user also can close it. So when they close it, they have this option with the closed bar, and then they have this navigation here where they can switch between notes and conversations. For the landing page itself, I will be using this template because it has it also looks pretty much similar to the AI application. Also, it has a few options that we actually use, like audio notes, AI assistant, accessibility. So I can reuse these elements, and I can actually go to Framer and start bringing the website over to the Framer, as I mentioned. So the only thing are left to do is to customize the color since it's already built. The beauty of no code and AI development is that you don't have to build everything from scratch. So I'm just going to take the colors and I'm going to open this in the settings. Pretty much very similar to Figma. It's just changing some colors. We have another color here, so I'm going to take that. Just click here to add another color, and here we have, maybe move it a little bit down. Okay, like this. And then I think instead of this taglines above the fold, I'm gonna go to layers and remove this. And instead of that, I'm gonna take the button from the homepage, whether this or maybe they have some white button. Let me go down here. Okay, I'm gonna take this button, and I'm gonna go to feature page and paste it here. Get started for free. I'm gonna paste that text in. So maybe you notice the size of the button a little smaller. If I go here, it's a 62 pixel height. And here is 51. It's not critical. Usually I prefer to keep everything as in the template since it's the final option would be, so I'd rather not change. But if I give it to a developer and they work on it, they will change the size and it's also okay. Paste it in here, make a little bit smaller. And I think we can make some more spacing between the two. So there is a gap element. And you notice whenever I increase the gap, all of the elements on the page move down or up because this is built in auto layout. So it's very convenient to do that. Let me just again change the text here. And yeah, so here we have the hero section. If I go to the mobile version, you can see that it's already optimized for mobile, all of the elements that we've changed. For the bottom navigation, we have here live toggles. So we wouldn't have live toggles, we would have notifications, but notifications pretty much similar to live toggles. So I'm gonna just paste it in here. For audio notes, pretty much the same, transcribable voice notes. Just gonna rename this text and AI assistant said, and it's done. Just gonna leave it like this. For accessibility, we will have organizations. So what I mentioned before, you can speak or type to the Note app and it will actually write and change and organize the folders, whatever you need. And I'm gonna keep this as a second sections. So we have a little bit more text here. I'm just gonna paste it, then copy this text and paste it here as well. A little bit more width. So something like this. And we're gonna say take notes using AI. So for these elements, I'm just gonna rename the text here and replace the icons. So pretty much very simply just export this image. Or I can just copy it as if it's SVG. Everything is vector here. So I'm just gonna go to copy as SVG, and then I'll be able to just copy and paste it in here. Select this layer and then just paste it in there. And I can now remove this element and then I'll have it, maybe make it a little bit smaller, maybe remove the paddings so I can make it bigger and it looks good. Then for this, I'm gonna copy the same way this icon, copy as SVG and paste it right here. I'm not sure where it pasted. I'm gonna select the layer, the current layer, and then I can paste it in the right item. So there we have end-to-end encryption. So I'm just gonna paste the text as well. For the components, you don't have to change the text by double clicking on it. You can just click on here on the sidebar. You can paste the text here. It's going to say the text, the badge, or the text, depending on how you name the component. So for this image, I'm just going to export this as PNG because this is a bit heavy image for it to be a CG. Once I export it, I can go here and click on the image, then just upload the image to this. And so as you notice, it will be probably not aligned to the correct way. If I increase it, you can see the space here. To fix that, I will create a frame over this element. Once the frame is done, then I'm gonna make it the right width like this. So it covers all the container. And then I'm gonna select it, add layout, and align it to the end. So this way it is aligned the right way. And then I select this and maybe just to make sure that it doesn't go outside of the borders. So overflow will be hidden. This way it will be in the frame of the image. So for this, it's just changing the text here and changing the image, which is basically just SVG. So I can copy it the same way I did for the rest of them. The only thing I'm not sure how it will do good with shadows. So I will check that out. Now, as you can see, there is a shadow here. And if I select this and paste it here, move it up, remove this. Yeah, the shadow saved very good, but it's too big. So I will do the same thing. I will make it to frame, and then make it smaller. Move this, move it a little bit up. Yeah, so here we have that element. For the grid, we will have the folders, so organization. Let's just copy this as well, place it here, and do the same thing here. Just copy paste it as SVG. And here we have, I can remove this element and move this thing up in our layer. Do the same thing here. Add frame and move it up inside of the frame to the way that I want it to be. The next section, we have just a headline and feature cards with icons and description. This is from another template that I really like. It has a lot of pages, a lot of layers. So if I go to home pages, it has a lot of home pages. And this specific page, I think, was taken from one of these template. If I go to here, yeah, it was taken from this. So I'm just going to copy and paste it in our project. Just going to select desktop. So go to desktop and Control V or Command V. It's going to paste at the bottom here. Then I use my keyboard to move it up. I'm just going to move it up under this section and change the text here as well. I will not change the icons just now because they're not final. I will think more about the copy, the text, and then I will change the icon. So for this, I'm just going to remove the max width. Let's just remove it and then make it a little bit wider, align it to the center. And let's change the text here at the top. And here we have the section. No need to unlink it, just change the text here. The next section is this section with the AI assistant information. So for this, what I'm going to do is there is another section on the homepage, which looked pretty much similar where I took the inspiration from. Actually, I think this one. So I'm just gonna copy it and features and paste it on our project page. So I'm just gonna move it up here under this, change all the text here. Let's add a description. So for this, I'm just gonna copy it from here and paste it in this. Let's just copy it, paste it under this. So once I have it here, I can make the right width that I want, make it a little bit more spacing between them. So gap would be a little bit bigger here. Let's do gap like 20 or 10 for now. And now I can export it. Either all of them would be together, or if I want to animate them, then I would export them separately. But for now, I'm just going to export it as one thing. I'm just going to write something very fast. Then once I exported it, I can I can first remove all of these elements. So if I go here and try to find all of these elements, right? And then we would keep the height of, let's say, 600 pixels for now. And instead of fill, we would actually have the image here. So I'm just going to click on fill and select an image. And now I can just upload the image that I've exported, and we will have it pretty much ready. Let's just now, instead of fill, click fit so it doesn't cut in any way. And here we have this section. I would need to export correct way without, oh, it's a line here that I need to remove here. So once that's done, this section is ready. The only thing left is now there is no button. So I think this section is done. Scrolling down, we have actually the same section. The only thing here is left to change the images, which will be changed. So I'm just going to show you how it basically all looks with all of the animations, with all of the interactions. So as you can see, all of this is interactive just for me building it in 15 or 20 minutes. With your here, this element is also interactive. I can just change the images and pictures. For the next section, would be integration, since this app doesn't really have any integration just yet. This is MVP, so I'm just gonna put a roadmap here, just a list of items that will be coming to the app this year. And after that, I can create a plan. So this section is also ready in here. We go to pricing. I can see that this section is also ready, just changing the text. And that would be it. Then we have frequently asked questions and start designing your dream project. So yeah, this is how I usually design and build websites and applications, whether it's a my application or just do it for fun or for the client. This is usually the process that I take the components. Either it's a UI kit like this, or there is another UI kit that is very popular and very good looking. So it's a core. Maybe it's this. And it also has a lot of interactions, a lot of different components that you can reuse. It might not seem a lot here, but if I open it in Figma, and you can see that there's an icon library, there's a component library that you can reuse, and all of this is built already with React, so you can collaborate with the developers, or if you are a developer, you can do that yourself. You can take all of the elements and start working with them. And yeah, so this is my usual process. If you liked it, give it a like and see you in the next video.